Right, I'm going to go for V rollers, which, if I'm honest, over the last few years, they've gone out of fashion a little bit, probably because of their reputation at being a bit good at snapping poles. But I think a lot of that to do with just how they were made, and if anything, it's probably down to the 3 legs. A lot of them were tripod style rollers that they were a bit good at tipping over. For me, our quad roller, there's nothing more stable. It is terrifying. I could park my car on this, it ain't gonna move. And what it allows is, I literally have this sat in the back of my van for weeks on end, for that one occasion where I end up with a sort of an obstacle very close behind me. You often draw pegs on commercials with a solid rhododendron bush or a wall or a fence right behind you. A fence will be the one. More importantly, at Western pools, that happens a lot of fences quite close behind you. And what this allows me to do, firstly, with it being 4 legs, I can spread it out lovely and it is ridiculously stable, but I can get that immediate height, but with a lovely little sort of accurate area. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice small area. So if ever I'm going through little holes in trees, holes in bushes, through squares in barbed wire fences or whatever, do you mean this allows me to be lovely and accurate, look after me pole, do you mean, and there's utterly no way of it rocking over or moving out that perfect position once I've got it set up right. So it just allows me to be immediately right up in the air, right on my roller. And again, just as it was looking at the normal flat rollers, it does a phenomenal job in looking after them stupidly expensive sections that none of us want to break. I mean, we spend a lot of money on our poles. The last thing we want is a roller that's going to let us down, and the roller's going to be the cause of breaking the pole. There's not a chance it's going to nap with this thing. So it's phenomenally stable, does the job, and for me, it's one of the best rollers for doing a very specific job. You know what I mean? When my flat rollers aren't going to quite cut it, I mean, this one comes out the bag and it makes me use a roller in many situations where I couldn't.